Defiance Season 2, Episode 10, Bottom of the World. Initially, I was going to just do one review for both these episodes since today we are lucky to have two episodes back to back. But Episode 10 had so much content in it that I didn't think it would be wise to just sum up both episodes together because I probably wouldn't be able to do it right and I'd just end up having a really long video. So I'm splitting up the reviews for each episode and they both get the attention that they deserve. But episode 10 was definitely really good. It was kind of a setup episode for a lot of things that are going to happen. It was almost a setup and conclusion to one story that was placed in the episode, and it added different levels to different stories that it had within it. But overall, I definitely enjoyed the episode. We got a recurring character. At least she came back from season 1. She died almost instantly, which I didn't expect at all because she was an ambassador. I thought she would just kind of have her role. A very interesting beginning with her being such a crappy person to Amanda. And I love what Pottinger did when he was like, I know you have a lot of power and I know you have history with Amanda, but I also know you're a liar and I can prove that, so why don't you get your own freaking bags? So I thought that was a nice, funny scene. And I don't want to say she got her just desserts because she was killed, even though she was kind of being a dick to Amanda. I don't think she deserved to die, but that was interesting. I didn't expect that to happen. Amanda and Pottinger got much closer in this episode, and it could lead to Pottinger actually getting exactly what he's always wanted, which is them actually ending up together. They had a really serious connection because they're about to die. They said what they felt they needed to say, and that was just what happened in that tunnel, or in the cave. So I feel like it's going to lead to a really interesting connection throughout the rest of this season. And then the other storyline, we got to see Arissa. We got to really get a good update on Arissa's story because she's come back to Defiance. Of course, the only reason was so she could steal, I can't remember exactly what it's called, but she comes to steal basically the cube, sort of hexagon type looking thing. And in the end of the episode, she gets it from Tommy, and then she transforms him into whatever they are right now. And she uses it and she creates the pods that she's been seeing in her vision. So it kind of makes me think now that those visions weren't of the past, they were of the future, and they were kind of on some crazy spaceship and stuff in the visions that she had. So maybe that's just the first step, and where those pods are actually is like a ship that's been lost underground, or this creature has basically created this ship underground over time, and it's kind of just been waiting for basically Arissa or whoever it could have randomly been to come and bring the orb there and basically get the vessels in, or get the little pods in there, so that the ship can go back up into space and do whatever it needs to do. But that was a really interesting update for her story. I feel like that's going to be a really big part of the episode I'm about to watch. And then I guess the third story that happened in this episode, which kind of blended with the first one with Amanda and Pottinger being in the cave, is Rafe having to deal with the fact that someone used one of the weapons that he got to fight against the ERAP, and he finds out it's his son, and he takes the blame for his son because he cares about his son, and his son's still really mad about him. He saves his mother at the end of this episode, and she kind of destroys the entire moment for him, and she's like, he did what he thought was right. He did what he did to help you, basically, which is the same reason he sent me away, which is, of course, what Rafe said to his son. But then she's like, oh, like, after she smacked him already, she was like, just stupid child, and she walks away. And it's just like, man, that has to suck for him. He went through this stuff, and he thought he was smart, which I was surprised by. I didn't think he thought he tricked his dad. It was kind of obvious to me, but that was just the character, him not realizing his dad wasn't tricked. His dad was just helping his son. So that was an interesting ending. And then along with Rafe and just the entire McCulley family having a bit of a crap storyline in this episode, Rafe's daughter, she is just trapped like right in the middle of stuff that she doesn't know about, and Alak is having to deal with this crazy woman who is like, it's like Fatal Attraction now or something, where she doesn't want to leave him. She wants to have kids with him. She wants to be with him. She kind of threatens him, like, if you're gonna treat me like a whore, pay me like one. And she gets the money, and then it's like that's not really what she wants. And it's just crazy. Like, I'm really excited to see how that plays out, because honestly I feel like she's gonna attack Alak's wife, and I wish I could think of her name right now, but I feel like she's gonna attack her and try to kill her and the baby. But that's just how her character is just transforming right now, and it's very interesting to kind of watch that unfold. And Alak had his moment to say what happened, but he didn't. So of course that's gonna blow up in his face unless his mother or his father ends up killing the girl off. But that was very interesting. It was really early in the episode, and then they kind of shied away from that, which is why I really believe it'll be saved for this episode or for the one I'm about to watch, and if not, then for next week. But I definitely enjoyed this episode. It was really interesting to see Pottinger and Amanda actually get really close to each other, like we just haven't seen, and what Pottinger really wants is finally here. So I'm excited to see how that plays out. I really want to see what happens with Rafe's family now that he's been in prison, and I do want to see what happens to him if he actually gets taken to prison, or if they kind of take him off a beaten path and they try to kill him because they think at least that he did a terrorist act. But overall, I thought it was a good episode. Of course, comment below, let me know what you guys thought of it, your favorite parts, your least favorite parts. And I won't really bother asking you a question because odds are if you're watching this, then you watch the episode as well as the one right after. So I'll save my questions for the next review. But thanks for watching.